Okay, just got off of, that was glary, my first workshop that started today, and it goes for 4 weeks. And we're really talking about onboarding your volunteers, creating the culture. It's a hard word for me to say, was the topic of discussion today. I'm also going to be sharing with them about leadership principles, offboarding, training, all things volunteer. But in talking about culture today, we asked the question, like, how do you define culture? Like, what does it look like? And where it lands is not always something that you can definitively, I know there's probably definitions out there. But when we think about culture, it's like we know it when we see it. Like if you go into a toxic environment or culture, after a while you kind of go, something's off here. Same thing with a healthy culture, and that's what we want. But the other part I thought was really interesting was the question came up, like the environment. How does the environment affect culture? And I started thinking about an example of when we try to make things look really pretty and nice, it can sometimes sort of hide what really is happening in the culture, or it can be a little deceiving. And what I mean by that is sometimes we see these big, beautiful, or medium-sized houses, and we think, wow, everyone there must be nice to live there, must be beautiful. And sometimes what we learn is that there's a lot of pain and hurt and disappointment, and things aren't as great as they look. And so for me, I know that I have served in a serving capacity at a church where everything looked great. The food for the volunteers was great. They had the great name badges. We had all the things that you would think go, oh, this is awesome. And it is. But what was missing was the connection, the personal connection. There were a lot of clicks, and there wasn't any intentionality of really saying, hey, how are you? You're new here. Oh, what do you do? Just missed that part. And so I would like to just challenge you that don't worry so much about having all the bling and the things. Now, with that said, y'all know I'm half Japanese, and it's about cleanliness and order. So take what you have, right? Be a good steward of what you have. Make sure the area for your volunteers is clean. Provide coffee and bottled water. Simple. You don't have to have all the syrups and all the things. And if all you can afford or all you have are donut holes, then make sure that's on a clean platter with napkins. Simple, clean, orderly. But I would encourage you to really lean into the culture of people, person to person. Do you know your people? Do your people know one another? Start creating the culture of relationships, kind of something that Jesus did, right? And let's see what God does with that.